everybody! Happy Thursday! It's time for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. I'm excited to see you all here. And let's go grab everybody from Discord.
Japanese, we're casting every white man as
Henry Cavill. Hi.
Yeah, what's with this stream title? I wasn't here for the lead up.
Yes, so
That's
it. We're making the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles movie, and every single white man in this movie is played by Henry Cavill.
Except for the ones that are played by Andrew.
We made an aside.
I added Andrew Garfield. I don't know as who, but
okay. Great. So
I suggested lady, but
okay. Lady, Rolly beat.
Yes.
Oh, Rolly, yeah.
But yes. Anyway, everybody, Gregson, Sholmes, Van Zeeks, Judge, Strongheart, Eggert. All of them. Henry Cavill.
What are you trying to say?
The game is a.
Oh, okay. What game A is?
Great.
Oh yeah. What game A is?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Hi, Tony.
Shamspear. Henry Cavill. Anyway, what were we
Gregson
doing?
over there looking like Mike Wazowski.
I wonder if Inspector
I
Gregson
think
will
we
have
need to
anything.
talk to
Open the
Gregson
floor.
again. Yeah.
Yes, so we need to talk to Gregson.
More soap.
I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath that floorboard there.
Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson, really, it's been too long.
God, he's just like looming.
Does look like he's gonna knee him in the face.
He's too tall.
I wonder how tall he is, actually.
God, he's so tall.
2.
I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends.
We're all friends.
Levi, you're so far away.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because you're face down against the floor.
Too quiet, I won't commit
You're
to
a little bit too far, yeah.
it.
No, I suppose not.
Aww.
Yeah, fuck off.
Oh, hi, Snow Golem. This is the
Hi,
second
Snow.
case. It is this. Yes, this is the second case. We're halfway through the second case.
Have you not?
Yeah.
You finished
Catch
this,
up
right, Snow?
for the next one.
Snow is a friend from Right for Smash.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the VODs go up on my YouTube, so if you want to catch any of those, they are there.
A dismal failure.
Because you're not friends?
That was it?
Oh.
That's all he was gonna try?
Yes, I had... I killed to know what was under that floorboard. Where's Iris?
Get Iris.
Someone get Iris! Where is
Get
she?
Iris! He does whatever
Where
she
is
says.
Oh, you're still at the beginning of this case? Ah, bummer.
Oh. We'll see you next week then. Or stick around and just spoil yourself for like 4 hours. That's fine. All right then, that's fair.
Which, to be fair, probably won't be in the grand scheme of things a lot of what headway into the game because we are reading it out loud.
Yeah, it won't be too much.
What?
You did discover the hiding place after all.
You're just gonna show us? Ah, good guy, Gregson.
I suppose I should at least fill you in.
Really, Inspector? Thank you.
Do it quickly, my dear fellow.
Fuck off, Sholmes. He's not gonna tell us if you keep talking.
There's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather.
That he blows? Oi! Stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know?
All of it. Start with the clipping.
Looks like this was cut out of the paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving up time in Manchester.
How terrible.
It made the headlines down here in London as well. A bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first. This guy's alive.
Oh my goodness! He'd committed a capital offense.
Man by the name of Selden. Nasty piece of work. Into burglaries and murder. They say the what he knocked off was worth about £1,000.
A hoard? Of treasure, you mean?
Jewelry and the like, but he hidden it somewhere and no one knows where. And now he's dead.
Interesting.
The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell, or some such was the headline.
Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor?
Indeed.
He is a sham.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here.
Thanks, Alex.
I don't know if you guys
I suppose not.
I don't know if
Yeah?
you guys could like see what the picture on the clipping looked like in the top corner, but it was a very large man.
Oh.
Interesting.
He was
I
in
suppose-
disguise then, and he's not now.
Possible.
He lost all his money and dropped like 200 pounds.
He's like not eating now. Yeah.
Oh man.
I suppose now you mention it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up.
The capital offender article has been entered into the court record. Let's see, can we look at it? Can we look at it? Yeah, we can look at it.
Sure we can.
We can't look at the actual picture. Condemned criminal dies of natural causes in prison. Manchester's Strange Ways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He'd been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out.
You know why we can't see him? Why they won't let us see the picture? Because we have already seen him before.
Right.
Well, I just...
You know what? That
The fever-
it
I
could
feel
be
like the
someone
fever is-
related to Olive.
I feel like the fever is going to be relevant.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
But why would they
post
include that?
I'm gonna put the clipping into a...
Yeah. It's a
Discord
little bit
for you.
pixely, so it's hard to see, but it does kind of look like someone related to Olive.
Same like weight.
Yeah.
Head shape.
Same head
Yeah.
shape, yeah.
Selden Green.
Mmm.
Selden
We only
Green.
we only got one name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the weird,
Very
definitely
suspicious.
weird.
Maybe her dad.
Is it meant to be like seldom? Like not always green?
It's
I'm
very
trying to
possible.
think of the pun.
No,
So, this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me.
that's the
All his
picture.
Why
brother-
is Garrett dead?
That's
Yeah, Garadeb and all.
Garrett-
Well, his
Garrett and
brother
Olive's
lived
brother.
in this apartment, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He used to live here, and that's why, because his dad has a picture of his dad in there.
Well, this is Shamspear's apartment.
I know, I said used to live here. Like, he might have left it on the floorboard, and Shamster might have never noticed.
No.
Shamspear's fingerprints are the ones we found on the floor.
Yeah.
This boy lived in the apartment Soseki lives in. That's why Soseki moved in,
okay.
because he
Right.
died. The other
Is Shamster maybe an undercover cop?
Whoa, I don't think that's
I
the case.
think I don't think we know enough to start throwing shit like this out yet.
Oh!
No,
Is someone looking for that treasure? Maybe looking for his son.
That doesn't make him a cop. That could make him a bounty hunter.
That can make him just a liar.
A liar and a thief.
Maybe an accomplice.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yes, it would appear to have been taken in the street in front of this house here. Or did that not come through?
No, I gotcha.
I'm getting like, I don't know if it's happening to you guys too, but the stream quality on is like constantly cutting in and out and like getting off.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
It's
been a
not
little bit
great.
weird, yeah.
It's not enough to like be a major problem or anything, but it is happening. Still stuttered for me there, but might just be your internet today, Molly.
Could be.
If you make it like 15 FPS, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Two's better.
Maybe, yeah.
Chisato.
Oh God, I thought we were waiting for the stream to buffer. And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, of course. I'm so sorry.
That's
I
okay.
haven't had a line in ages.
But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps?
Perhaps you can take that print if you like.
Really? Are you sure?
We can presume, therefore, that the Yard already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is.
Ah, is that true?
Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't my pastimes.
Oh, really?
Really?
My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work.
Sholmes!
All the more reason I'm not telling you.
Dismal failure.
He
Yes,
says with charm.
I heard. The hidden photograph has been entered into the court record. I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shamsby himself isn't in it.
Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Gerda was rather delighted to have been immortalized. Probably made a proud present of it.
Interesting.
And this tin box, then, doesn't it?
That's where he kept his sewing supplies. Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised.
Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty.
What? Shamsphere? Give us a clue, man!
You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box.
Yes, thin air. It's empty. Rather like how I feel inside.
Oh my god.
Is there nothing more to this box, then? I wonder.
That's so funny. I just said that.
It's empty, just like my heart.
Ah!
Okay.
The baby's here. Yes!
Oh my god, the best way for the baby to show up.
It's your
Hi.
castle. It's your castle.
Yeah, it really is hers.
Oh look! It's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name?
Neko.
It's Mr. Nutsmaze, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. Why don't we call it, Wagahai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese.
Why did Natsume call the cat?
Because he is a cat.
That's true, you know. But like, what? The fact that the name was from them and not Natsume is very
Right,
funny
yeah.
to me.
I thought that we already knew the name.
We did.
Oh, this is when they
Natsume
were
never
like.
said it. Yeah.
This is before
Iris
that
said it a few
scene.
times. Well, she said
Yes.
Weggy.
Wag.
Waggy.
Wag. Wonder how he got in here. Clever cat.
Hello.
Oh, wonderful! Well then, Wagahai, here's something delicious I brought for you from the cat's meat man.
Why
Ew.
did you... Why did you...
I brought,
I
I
would-
brought cat food.
Why do you...
I would double check and make sure that wasn't like meat of cat. There's not a guy selling meats for a cat.
God, this is the best.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, this was important.
He couldn't be happier now, look.
I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner, too.
We can talk to him. Look at how he's making biscuits.
This is the best cat. This is the best cat in any video game.
Lena's also doing a sleepy.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Big stretch!
My best friend from high school got a cat last week and has been like, the cat's really scared and has been hiding behind a shelf for the last week. But it's been
Aw.
really sweet and really cute. She keeps sending me pictures.
Oh,
And I'm dying.
look at his little bow tie.
Mm.
God, he has a bow tie.
That was a cheeky little meow, Wagahai.
Oh, but he's so adorable.
Oh,
at
he
him.
fucking does a little
I could sit and
biscuit.
watch him forever.
Yeah, same.
I think he may not appreciate that after a while.
Don't fucking talk for him.
And we have an investigation to get back to.
He could just not at all matter to the rest of
Just
this
keep
investigation.
talking, yeah.
And he's just
I was
here.
like, why is he here?
And I'd be fully okay
Why
with
did
I
it.
that
didn't even
trigger
do that.
him joining the case?
But I feel like he must be involved.
Wagahai did the poisoning.
Well-
Shamsteer's really allergic to cats.
Mm.
I think we were just like going
We gotta
down the
investigate
list.
that snowman. Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep going down the list before I circle back to, because clearly we'll need to go back to Miss Green's hospital room to prove
Right.
that the picture that we have is the same picture in her hospital room. All right, 22nd February, Briar Road. All right.
All right, thanks.
There's the
Oh, look at the snowman again. Somebody built a snowman. It had a check mark.
secret English American snowman.
The secret American snowman.
Did we ever ask M?
Yes, and
I don't
M
know
was
if we did.
confused. I think.
I don't remember asking him about that. I remember asking cold tea thing.
Oh, maybe it was the cold tea we asked M about.
It was a cold tea.
Damn. No, we haven't. M's at their boyfriends tonight, so we can't ask.
Wow.
If it wasn't so late, I have friends in the UK, but they'd all be asleep.
They're not like M.
They're not M. Mr. Garden appears to be out.
Busted up that bike out front. I think we came to the conclusion that it was Natsume's bike, and he fucked it up.
Yes.
Oh well, I suppose we'll just have to come back again later. Alright. Let's go talk to our boy, Soseki. He's in prison.
Again.
Again.
No talk.
Oh my god.
No talk to
This
me.
earlier too.
I angry.
It's still so funny.
22nd February, local prison, cell 9.
Oh no, Mr. Natsume is back. Oh, Mr. Natsume is back.
Oh
He's here. Oh no, he's back in his cell.
no! So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello.
Hi, buddy.
I am a cat. What?
I'm taking a screenshot of this.
What a man. What a cat.
What a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing, Soseki. This is a safe space. Sorry?
I don't know who Mr. Natsume is, or Hairlock Sholmes. I don't know about courts or trials or Old Baileys.
Oh, buddy.
I am a cat. That's what I am. Just a cat.
Oh my god.
I'm having an emotional breakdown. I'm a cat. Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality.
He just needs a persona, quick.
Get him! He's trying to escape from reality! Get him!
Trying to.
Punched him through the hole in the bars.
He already has.
Stay with us.
Completely. I need to draw Catboy Natsume. Sorry, I'm taking a note.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's worthy. Worth it.
So, what is your name, then?
As yet, I have no name. Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality.
Oh,
What the hell is happening? It's even weirder that I'm talking to myself.
oh, do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume?
I'm not a cat.
Oh.
Welcome back, buddy.
It worked! He's back in the real world!
Oh man.
Great.
Great.
We've broken this
What's
boy.
going to become of me? No!
What if in the Ace Attorney universe his book I Am a Cat was inspired by his existential crisis / breakdown he had in jail?
Shit, that is exactly what they're implying.
I think that is
Oh,
what they're
absolutely.
implying.
Yeah. This must have been just so much more of a riot if you grew up like reading his poetry in school.
And honestly, the fact his family was like, no, this is so great. This
Right,
is
no,
hilarious.
like you get why, right? Like
These descendants are like, this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is such a funny way of... Also, like, people who outside of the country who never would have heard of this guy otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, it's a cool way to, you know, talk about his history, but...
Yeah.
Don't answer that! It's obvious! My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate! Mr. Natsume, no! This morning's proceedings in court prove there is hope! Yes, yes! Welcome suit Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but... The Reaper is omnipresent! In court, in my lodgings,
oh,
He was in your house?
here, there, everywhere!
he's in his lodgings.
Why was he in your house?
Is he talking about the thing, him thinking he got strangled in the night?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he's.
yeah.
I think
Okay.
he's. Yeah, I think he's. I think he's referencing like a metaphysically, not physically. What's he looking straight at me for? I think perhaps there are some things we should discuss.
Oh, yes! Yes, we must!
Hey, Izzy.
Oh, how we wish. Isn't that right, Izzy?
What happened? I closed Twitch because I was just having an issue with my
Izzy
internet.
just said, every white man is Henry Cavill?
Yeah. Oh, the dream.
Oh, and Nat said we should turn all our historical figures into cat boys / girls.
Yes.
We should.
Yeah.
That's correct. Anyway,
Everyone.
to bring you up to speed, Izzy, in the movie adaptation of The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, every white man should be played by Henry Cavill. That is all.
No, we are not taking questions.
We are
And
not
Andrew
accepting
Garfield, right?
questions
That
at this
was,
time.
Except for the ones that are played by Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
That happened while I wasn't here, so it doesn't count.
That's
Didn't
not
get
canon.
Molly's approval for that one.
that is not canon. I was not consulted.
In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No! Of course, if I cast my mind back, there were perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more.
Uh-huh.
But if I just block those out, then today, being in that courtroom was... It was the most moving experience of my life! Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Sorry, it buffered weirdly there.
You're too kind. You're reading Soseki in your creative writing class? Oh my god!
Oh, that's fantastic.
So good.
Scotland Yard found the remaining tea, just as we deduced, and are analyzing it as we speak. There's nothing wrong with that tea! They won't find a drop of poison in it! That's a... solemn sworn Soseki certainty!
Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night?
Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot! We both poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies. And at the time, you were both completely fine.
As shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shamspeare then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. I suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim, then. They did just have WrestleMania. Romeo and Juliet WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That rotten Shamspeare! What have I ever done to him?
You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently?
I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. And then I got arrested. I don't recall anything! Anything at all!
My memory is a void! An empty void!
It's a void! I've got nothing!
Right.
What I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner. But you know what, Mr. Natsume?
That he fucking hated me.
About the soap, of course, what else?
Oh,
So that I could also
so I
have
could
stolen.
also have
Right.
not paid for gas.
Oh, yeah. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend? Of course I am! If I had money...
I wouldn't be living in this haunted hovel.
I wouldn't have chosen to live in an accursed existence in such accursed lodgings!
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, you got right on... Got it in one!
And in less words, too. Oh, yes. You said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you?
Exactly! Especially the room that I rent. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place. And it's trying to kill me!
Ah,
Oh.
so there.
That's some information.
Capital offender?
Might I ask, Lucum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, that the next time you visit me, you bring scores of super soft soaps!
No. I will
I'm
not.
gonna make a key and break out of here.
Mr. Natsume, it's nothing much, but
Oh, it's been so long since I've been offered a present with that delightfully homeland.
what?
You're too kind. I accept it gladly.
Sorry, but I wasn't trying to give it
I
to
think
you.
this is a
actually.
joke. This is a joke referencing Iris's. If you try to give her, she isn't gonna say anything about. He's like, this isn't much, but and she's like, then I don't want to see it. And he's like, what? She's like, if it's not anything, I don't want to see it. You said it was boring. I don't want it.
What's this?
It's a newspaper cutting from that we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room.
Ah, so he knew, did he?
Sorry?
About this man, Selden. A convicted killer. And the evil spirit behind the curse that affects my lodgings! What? He's already taken one young man's life and now... He's trying to take the life of another! A miserable, mustachioed, much maligned Japanese man!
Oh, did Selden murder Olive's brother?
Murder Olive's brother?
Oh jeez. Poor Olive.
Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you can about this evil spirit.
Evil! Evil! Sorry. Evil! Sorry, I'm in a mood.
You're having a good time.
The truth is, I didn't know the details myself until very recently. That Selden man was arrested about a year ago now. And at that time, he was hiding out in lodgings. At Mr. Garadeb's house.
A year ago. What? He lived where you do now?
Yeah, come on, keep up, Ryunosuke, come on! That's right, yes, exactly where I live now, in my very room. Oh my, your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of a capital offense. Hence the time a minute ago you said a capital offender living in your rooms. But before his sentence was carried out, he died in prison. That was 3 months ago now. And that's when it started! The curse! What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume? It's already caused one death. A few months after the criminal passed away in prison. A man died in the room. The man who rented it after Selden, in fact.
He's living in the wall.
He for sure is.
The poor lodger. He was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was locked from the inside.
Locked from the inside? Exactly like the case we're dealing with now. So that's the convict's curse, is it?
Yes! Well, that was the start of it. This is fun.
Yeah.
Layers.
Do you have any idea how the lodger before you passed away, Mr. Natsume?
No!
No! God, fuck! The official cause of death was asphyxia.
Wait, could this guy be, like, the reason why this case is a big no-no to talk about?
Maybe.
Are we finally stumbling
it's
upon
possible.
Right.
When they discovered the body, the room was full of gas.
Gas?
He had been farting so much.
Someone had to say it. I only
No
found that
doubt.
out after I'd signed a lease. It smelled. I didn't have. There's no windows in there.
Yeah.
When Mr. Garadeb came to tell me later, I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I'd probably have been too scared to take the room. Landlord's lease, luckily legal.
Lucky for Mr. Garadeb, maybe. But not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume.
This guy must have great core muscles.
Right? God, he's so, he's just like abs of steel. And now you believe this curse is affecting you?
It is! At first, I just felt as though I was being watched. All the time.
And then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you?
The dead are trying to take me with them. They could come for me and try to suffocate me. Just when I'm struggling to breathe, I wake up. And the room is as cold as ice.
It was cold as ice.
Is there a gas leak in this room?
He's been trying to kill him with a gas leak, maybe, and Natsume keeps fucking not doing it. Not dying.
dying?
And so he had to, plan B and go kill Shakespeare.
Huh. But why is your room so cold? London windows are too cold to bear without any heating all overnight. But For some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the pilot light always goes out and the room fills with gas.
But that's terrible. That's exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And
That just means there's a fucking gas leak.
well, yeah, I don't know. What if the pilot light's going out? Like,
I mean, like, it means there's like an electrical
Yeah.
fault or like an issue with the house.
yeah.
It's also potentially manual.
Yeah.
If someone has been hiding out in a house and then someone takes over the room that they've been hiding out in, of course they're gonna kill them to get them out of that room.
Of
Right.
course they're gonna kill him.
Of
Of
course.
they're gonna. I mean, if they're a murderer hiding for the police,
That is a good caveat.
Yeah. If they already murdered, they have no qualms
Yeah.
doing more of it. Apparently.
yeah, exactly.
But no, that would
And
make sense.
Natsume just can't fucking die.
That would, yeah. So they instead try to cause
That's amazing. Phoenix's ancestor.
a gas leak in Shamspears, or like the same
Mhm.
sort of thing in Shamspear.
Right. And if even if Shamspear doesn't die, Natsume being framed for it is a win-win either way, because then he's out of the house
Yeah.
and he gets his room back.
And then there's what happened to Mr. Shamspear last night, when he was mysteriously poisoned. There's clearly more to that incident than can be explained by a curse, though.
Whatever can be the cause of all these strange happenings in Mr. Garadev's rooms?
Indeed. I don't think there's anything else to present to you.
I love how sad the music in here is.
It's so sad! Alright. Olive? Oh, I can't.
What?
Olive. So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green?
Hi, thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, do they? Don't they? Even people like me.
Well, yes, it really was an ordeal, wasn't it?
As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along the snow one evening, minding my own business. And then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already.
I think we read this already.
Yeah. I was hoping it would give me the option to, like, present something to her,
Hmm.
but it's not.
Maybe if we look at the picture of her
Yeah,
brother again,
that's-
and
that
we're like,
was-
oh shit.
That was gonna be my next. Oh, God, I got hype.
Let's just look at that check mark.
I got heartburn.
You okay? Oh no.
Whoa. Rip. I hate that.
Alright, so this isn't gonna work yet. Oh, God.
I hate when we connect the dots and the game won't let us connect those dots yet.
Fuck.
Gotta be
Alright,
something up with the fucking cat.
I'll go back. Hi, Susato.
Is there something we can show Iris?
Are you here, Iris?
I don't know, she's not even here. Huh.
Oh, look at
Oh,
her!
there she is.
Look at her tip-tapping away!
Oh my god!
Oh shit! Wait. I didn't think she was actually gonna be tall enough to. I guess that desk is actually a lot shorter than.
It's so tiny. Yeah.
It's just a tiny desk.
That's why the typewriter is so fucking huge. It looks so big because the desk is actually super fucking small.
Oh.
Iris. That's incredible concentration, that is.
I find it quite remarkable how she can focus on so many different things at once. How cool that tiny desk is and writing at the same time. I couldn't do it.
Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal tea.
She like slams a Mountain Dew. So cute.
Crushes a Monster Energy.
Would be good for you.
Just holds out a Monster Energy. It's like, this one. Drink it.
Oh, Iris. This girl is destined for great things, I'm sure.
She's already doing great things. She's just like...
Destined, I say.
Destiny is here.
I mean, I think he's being serious. I think he's like, she's extremely dedicated and focused.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna keep doing great things. If I remembered correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter.
To think that every one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from the machine. Ah, it's such a dreamy thought.
I actually had a go on it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry.
Mr. Naruhodo,
How'd you manage to make Iris, of all people, angry?
you're ruining my dreamy thoughts. Please don't do that again.
He fucked up her typewriter. Of course Iris is gonna be angry. Oh, now I've made Susato-san angry as well.
I don't get when people are like, Susano's boring, it doesn't have personality.
No, she's
What are you
amazing.
fucking talking about? Like, I don't get that idea.
It's funny, I think I mentioned this when we started playing. A friend of mine who we have very similar taste in characters, like, their favorite character is my second favorite character sort of thing. They said that their favorite female character in all of Ace Attorney after playing DGS was Susato. Like, of everybody.
Susato is
Second
delightful.
only to a character that is my second, like, the man I'm in love with. As
Right.
number one.
That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too. Oh!
I've teleported!
Oh, yes. But don't touch any of those.
She had to get up from writing to be like, please stop.
Don't
No!
touch
No
any of those.
touching!
They're just like walking around her desk, like staring at things. She's trying to write.
They might explode.
Ah, a charming shelf full of charming bottles full of charring ingredients.
Of course. You know, Hurley mistakenly drank one of them the other day.
What? And how?
I think he was lucky, though. He hasn't exploded yet.
I love this game.
Chemistry can be a very hazardous occupation.
It's living with Mr. Sholmes that's the hazardous occupation, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's Sholmes' fault. That one. I guess she probably warned him like 8 times on to drink it. Is that like a little sheepy on the trash can?
A little sheepy on the trash can.
To the left of the chair.
No, I think it's just crumpled paper. It looks like a duck
okay.
to me, but I think it's just crumpled paper
Yeah.
in the trash can. The little doggy.
She's so professional. She does origami before she tosses out any piece of paper.
It breaks up her mind. Alright, we're not gonna take the time to look at everything in this room. It's
No.
too much work.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything here for us.
It was nice to see Iris.
Yeah, that was good. Maybe we can talk to Gregson again? No. Oh, maybe we can look at that now.
I love the idea that she knows everything about a case that no one is allowed to talk about. So that, and she wasn't really a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So Sholmes did tell her everything, because he's gotta tell someone. But
Right.
He was like, and you can't tell fucking anyone.
But you can't publish this one.
I have a feeling like she's like personally involved in it.
Maybe.
Oh,
But
the
I don't
ill-fated
know.
teacups
That's
from
nice.
which the two
Yeah.
men drank on the ill-fated night.
during their heated literary debate, yes.
Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? Sounds like it was quite a discussion.
Now I think of it, I'm sure there were two lovers in the play that ended their lives with poison. I'm sure that the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison.
Well,
almost.
I haven't read this book in a long time.
one of them did.
That's fiction, Miss Susato. Let's hope it stays that way. Hi, Waggy.
Can we examine where Waggy showed up from?
No,
Oh,
that's
that's
from
the
behind the. It's behind the stage.
Like we
If-
can't
if
examine
he's
up
showing
there.
up here, that might give credence to the theory that the guy's living in the walls.
Yeah, that's what I just thought of.
No,
Yeah.
I can't
but
look
nothing
at it.
like not in
It's-
that corner.
Yeah.
No. All right, damn.
Damn, we can't really present anything to anyone except for Natsume.
We can't go into Natsume's room right now either.
Weird.
Well,
And
maybe
Gyarados
Gyarados
still
is
not
back?
there. Oh, I don't know. We talked to Saseki a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was
He's
thinking.
back?
Maybe Gyarados is
Hey.
back now. We'll see. Yeah, he's back now.
There he is.
Oh, you're here now, Mr. Gyarados. Right, bully business it is for me, you know. Getting out and about. Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance? Naturally. Fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss. The fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes. Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings or some such. Ah, well, at least he knows. Makes you wonder what the blazes is going on, don't you know?
Yes, I'm sure it does. In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago. You were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened.
Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business. Ah, I see. So, what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh? Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, huh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late. Thanks to that bully curse. The convict's curse, you mean? Ah, heard the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here, and the next chap in the room goes and keels over. Then there was that woman who dropped dead just outside on the street, not to mention the actor yesterday. Am I next,
He's
huh?
not dead. They're not dead. They're not dead.
Well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can you? They're all
When
dead.
you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green?
Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamspear, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still. Yes, well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems.
Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why? Sounds like the lap of luxury.
Sholmes? I'm not so sure about that.
Well, there's no bath or toilets included, and no fireplace either.
But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps up here?
Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things, in case there were any mishaps or such like.
I think you've had your mishap already, sir.
Thanks, Sholmes. That's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes.
Heavens forgive me. The words just came to my lips.
Well, stop saying the first thing that comes to your mind.
Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor, chap of questionable character.
There's no need for that, Mr. Gadeb.
That's right. Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy.
The actor, however, is questionable.
He is undeniably peculiar, however.
Is it right that
is
he
it-
took... Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away?
Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone, and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were.
I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually.
So, how long has Mr. Shamspeare been lodging under your roof?
A failed actor, chap. Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it.
3 months, you say?
Hmm.
3 months, you say?
You slimmed down.
Slim
He
down.
was wearing a costume before. The Seldom hat was a costume.
He got put in the fucking Willy Wonka juicer. Got squeezed, and now he's all lanky.
Oh, only 3 months. He's quite new here too, then.
And to what do you owe your certainty, God, Mr. Godeb, if I might ask?
Well, it was that Selden scoundrel, as it happens.
Selden? The convict, you mean? Do Selden and Shamspeare have some kind of connection, then?
That convict chap Selden passed away in the clink 3 months ago now, you see. Some malady or other.
Yes, we've seen the report from the newspaper at the time.
Well, it was on only 3 days later that the tragedian showed his face. The actor fellow.
Really?
Yes, I remember it quite distinctly.
Is small this world we inhabit? Landlord, hear my request.
That's why he talks like this?
My request. What?
Because
To
no one would think it's the same person.
right.
I don't think it's actually the same person. I think he was looking for the treasure. I was mostly joking about the juicer thing.
I, the humble Shamspeare, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor offered erewhile
Yep.
Yeah.
erewhile for rent.
He wants the middle floor.
Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor room's vacant, though.
Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat, mine will unto thee.
Do you think Shamspear... is there like a hole behind the painting that he like crawls into to climb to the second floor and he's been trying to strangle Natsume? Or like...
Well, we determined that there wasn't anything behind the painting, right? That's what it was.
Yeah.
We were all
Nothing
confused.
obvious.
Did they not touch the wallpaper? Do you think like the wallpaper behind it actually is like hiding a hole?
Maybe. Because why else...
It could be
yeah.
that, like, he hears. It could be he can hear something at that point,
Oh,
or
maybe he like takes the... just presses his head up against the wall.
something like that.
That's why he's
Wait,
got
that
like
was a position.
with the hand.
That's very much like a hand position like that up against the wall is like a thing that people do for sure.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
is like pressing his head up against the wall to hear something.
Yeah.
That's possible.
He could be listening for the gas since Natsume says that's right before he goes to bed. He turns it on.
That's true.
Those curls must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. It's ground floor, nothing.
Very well. We have an accord.
Glad to hear it. Welcome to Briarrood.
Lo, a Shamspear dance to celebrate.
Good lord.
What?
Garadeb regrets everything.
Yeah, he
immediately.
sure does.
From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas.
Garadeb's 3 seconds away from saying a slur anytime Shamspear's around.
And he was 3 months in arrears with the rent, too. Yes, the fellow was a bully player, all right.
Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garadeb. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say one or two words. Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me.
Oh my god.
What's happened to you?
Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines. I wish to divulge my own learning of the subject, for I have a turn for literature too, you know.
Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines then? Mr. Garadeb, could I ask you to look at this photograph? Is that your son who's with you there?
No, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name.
Duncan Ross.
Is this a Bob Ross joke?
I'm trying to
Oh
think.
my god, maybe?
yeah. But why Duncan?
Because he's dunking paintbrushes into the paint.
Fucking New York.
Duncan Ross.
A street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot. Just for kicks, really.
Was he by any chance the lodger before Mr. Natsume?
Yes, that's right.
Ah, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances.
So this picture existed well before Shamspear lived here.
Yeah.
Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say.
No, what the fuck?
Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap.
Would you mind telling us a little more about him?
Yes, Duncan Ross. Young chap was attending art school. Had to work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle floor room about a year ago, after that criminal Selden was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them.
A history of cheap rent, maybe, yes.
Yes, well, anyway. It was one morning, about a month ago now. Hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodgers are up to at the time. So sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. Smell of gas that alerted me it was.
Oh yes, synonymous with the smell of death.
Called the police straight away, of course, and the officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all fully collapsed.
Because of the gas?
Yes. Room was full of it. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed.
So Mr. Ross suffocated to death.
Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it set me back to have the lot replaced all over the house.
But even after you had all the work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night whilst he's asleep in bed.
Well, that's the bully curse! Convict's curse. I've done my duty as a landlord now.
So now there's no way we can say it's a mechanical thing because he got it all fixed.
He replaced all the fucking pipes, you assholes.
So it wouldn't happen again, and it's still happening because it's not a technical problem.
Someone's feeling defensive.
Ah, that reminds me, actually.
Yes?
About young Duncan, the night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady.
Oh, he was
So it was
Olive's
her
boyfriend.
Fuck.
Oh no.
A love letter, you mean?
Yes. Where did I put it now?
They met in art school.
Oh, here it is.
Wait! That letter from why his wife got mad.
Oh.
Whoa!
No, that was a
no,
letter
I
from a
didn't know.
lady. That was like
And you
in,
said like Marie on it.
yeah.
Okay,
It was
okay.
like from
Because
Mary.
my brain- Constantly being like, what's
Yeah,
the
never
name
mind.
of the lady who got stabbed?
My
No.
brain got like expanded there for a second.
No, the note in his book was like either to or from a lady named Mary.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, alright.
Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk.
If you'll excuse me, let me see now. What does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence?
Yes,
Yes.
Sato.
Alright, fine.
The man's
My
dead.
dear Mrs. Soto, that is precisely why I prefaced reading with, if you'll excuse me.
I will not excuse you, Mr. Jones, no.
Sadly, he didn't address it, though. So I've no means of delivering the thing. Oh, rather sad, really.
I see. That's going to play on my mind.
But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case.
It sure does, Susato. Everything's connected.
It's all connected.
Nothing's a coincidence.
I think we should leave well alone.
No! Yes, I suppose you're right.
Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, there is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Oh my god.
Olive?
Mrs. Jones, please, I've already had to chastise you about this once.
I've had to chastise you.
My undying love to you, my colorful darling, Olive Green.
Oh.
Come on, Gary.
Darling.
Gary, Deb, you can't even say it just says olive. There's tons of olives. You're like, fucking dingus.
If he put this away when this guy vanished, and then, like,
Yeah.
3 months later a woman gets stabbed, like, I could see him having not looked at this in months and not remembered her name.
Right, and there's no
Right.
address on it. He has no obligation to, like, go to the fucking registry and, like, try and find all of the addresses of women named Olive Green.
Right, but like, I feel like you would remember the name written on the letter of a dead man who lived in your house, especially if you were like, oh, that sucks, I can't bring it back to her.
I don't think Gyarados gives a shit.
I don't think he gives a shit.
I think it's something that if now he came across this, let's see what he says.
Olive Green. The woman who was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside the house 5 days ago. The victim of the last case of Seki-san was in court for. Who regained consciousness only yesterday? Is it just a chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence?
Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean?
Reading personal correspondences can have its merits, you see, Mr. Sato.
She just punches him.
Ah,
She flips him.
Anyway. He doesn't want to talk about it.
He doesn't give a shit,
He doesn't
and that's
give-
kind of really funny.
Doesn't give a single shit. Olive!
Oh, you fuck!
You fuck!
Well, maybe we can look at her painting.
no, she explicitly doesn't fuck. Her boyfriend's dead.
Oh no!
God damn!
Oh.
Ouch. Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last.
This is good news, but hopefully just before she leaves.
Ah!
What is it?
There she is.
Whoa! Whoa! Miss Green!
Was she? Oh, jeez.
What was that? She clearly just hid something behind
It's
her back.
hard liquor.
I hope it's not worse.
Yeah, I was trying to make a joke, but it ended up being not that funny.
Oh, the pin in her hat is... The pin on her hair is a little Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower, yeah. Oh, one moment, please. I'll be with you in a jiffy. Oh, hello everyone. What are you doing here? The doctor has said I can be discharged. I'm just getting my things together.
That's not what it looked like.
Miss Green, what were you just doing?
Oh, nothing really. Just got to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all.
Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you, if that's alright.
I don't really have anything else to tell you.
Alright, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her.
Look at her little wiggle. I have a feeling we're not gonna get to look at anything before we present that picture.
This is the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
Yes, she looked rather preoccupied, didn't she?
Perhaps it's very bitter. I can't stand bitter medicine.
I suppose that could be it.
In fact, whenever a doctor prescribes me medicine for a number of days, I always take it all at once.
Oh my god!
Rinosuke! Rinosuke, no!
How is this man not dead?
How are you alive?
God,
He's the Phoenix, goddamn right.
Renosuke
You
is
know
giving
what? That's actually the answer.
giving me big hubris vibes today.
Hmm. In both senses.
Yeah. Well, if you have to take something you don't like, it's best to get it all out of the way in one go, isn't it?
Oh dear. And I thought it was Miss Green I should be worrying about at the moment.
I got an achievement unlocked down in one.
Ha!
Good God, Ryu. This is the card that Miss Green was looking at so intently before, isn't it? That letter on the envelope on the stool is ripped like the way that the chunk of envelope we found in Shamspear's room is.
Which letter are you talking about?
It's like the other half of the envelope that we found.
Oh.
So we found like a little piece of the torn off bit
Forgot about that,
in
honestly.
Shamspear's room, and it looks like the rest of it is on her stool.
Hmm.
Mr. Naruhodo, we shouldn't be peeking at a young woman's private effects.
Right, I should save peeking for gentlemen's effects only.
That is a hubris line, yes.
What a take. You mustn't do that either.
And maybe you, Mr. Sato, shouldn't be peeking into a young man's mind either. Hmm? It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green.
Oh, yes, I mean, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway.
What the fuck, Olive? What are you talking about?
So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat.
She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. Wait, did Gyarados not give us the note? God damn it, Sholmes! Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? Poison. That's
Hanging romper
poison.
blood.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did.
Oh, Miss Green, are you alright?
She already drank it. Fuck.
No, I don't think she drank it. I
No,
think
okay.
she just, like, fainted.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that.
No, it was alright. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan?
Miss Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter. To you.
It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan. A year ago now.
Stop playing the sad music. Why do we gotta play this music?
He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day.
A little morose.
So the two of you became romantically involved.
Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room. To save money for the wedding.
No, no.
Oh, God.
God.
Oh.
This game was like, guess what? Both the second cases of both the games are gonna kill you. You're gonna be so sad. Isn't that great?
So good.
Oh. God.
That's what led him to Mr. Garadeb's.
Yes. He told me he's found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened.
We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green.
Well, all in the past now, I suppose.
Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad.
I was starting to think that's just her look.
No,
Now
she's
I-
just got depression.
But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. Poor baby.
I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but... Do you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital room. Soon.
Do you think Olive tried to kill Shamspear?
She was unconscious in the hospital.
Yeah. She did say she wished she died. But
Yes.
maybe that's because maybe she knows he's trying to,
He was probably also in art school with them.
that's possible. But he's, he clearly does, he clearly moved into where he moved into just for the treasure. And if she found out that he, is that tactless when it comes to, the death of her fiance, I think she'd probably just be pissed off.
I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruto.
Mr. Naruto?
I thought it was
Oh.
Sholmes.
Oh! No, I would not
Wrong.
have expected this guy.
You gonna do a joint reasoning right now?
Surely you are not about to leave. That's quite out of the question.
We might
Oh
be.
no, please don't deduce on this woman.
What?
She's so sad.
Mr. Sholmes, I didn't realize you were here.
But of course I was, my dear fellow. Watching intently from the shadows, as
That's-
always.
Code for hanging from the wall sconce. Well, make your presence known next time. He was underneath the other hospital bed.
He was standing directly behind us.
Mr. Sholmes, what's this about?
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Sato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened,
What?
instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart.
I'm
Okay.
not yet.
What
I'm
do you
about to.
mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
What do you want about?
There is a case waiting to happen underneath our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation.
We're about to, dance. We're about to dance on this girl. Alright.
All the clues you need are set before you. You need a look, and you cannot fail to see.
Yeah.
You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can.
What? Wait.
No, wait,
Sholmes?
we're not just jumping into it?
What happened?
Sholmes? You want me to look around? Oh.
Oh, the rat's dead! The mouse is
Oh,
dead!
no!
The mouse oh no!
No!
It tried to died!
No!
The mouse.
No!
The mice were fucking relevant after all.
No! No! We can also look at this painting again. Mr. Duncan Ross. Would ever have thought he was engaged to be married to Miss Green?
Lose one's beloved fiancé must be painful enough.
But then Miss Green suffered that awful injury. And outside of fiancés, former lodgings too.
Fate can be very cruel sometimes.
That mouse seems to be dead. Look. I didn't notice it there before, did you?
I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle.
The medicine.
quotes.
Medicine.
That's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
You don't think...
Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene.
Was she gonna lick it off the floor?
That of a tragedy about to take place.
Yes, I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before was spilt out on the floor. And the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died.
Ah!
I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison.
Okay, I'm glad we didn't do a deduction for this. That would have been
that would've been
rough.
Big rough. And they like dance around like, haha, we figured it out.
We did it! Oh no.
Don't worry, I will attend to the mouse presently. That's her worry.
Give it CPR!
They're like, we're not gonna leave this dead mouse in the background for the entire scene. Don't worry.
Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life?
Once we'd left, you would have put it in your lips again. Would put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison?
They're trying to do a whole long Romeo and Juliet with these
Yeah.
two,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though it's incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
No!
Miss Green, please talk to us.
You've gotta stop slamming your body onto the ground.
I like doing death drop. It's the only thing that brings me joy these days.
Jesus.
"10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green.
Actually, in a way. Now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight lifted.
Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine?
Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while. So I snuck this out when he wasn't looking.
It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains.
Blood.
Let me test it with my coffee.
I'm afraid I don't really know.
Quick, put the tea thing in there. Like, well, it's definitely not tea.
Yeah, that's what I meant, not coffee.
But I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow.
Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things.
Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison.
Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that.
Oh no. Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done?
I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection?
I don't have a voice line for that, no. None.
Look at the key shake.
Oh, maybe she blames herself because it is her dad.
Miss Green.
What?
Her dad killed her boyfriend.
Yeah, no,
About
I get
this.
what. Yeah, that's just like a what?
They're doing a Romeo and Juliet thing.
Could you just hold it there for a moment? Don't move.
Sorry?
No, the aesthetics are all wrong.
Is it wrong that I feel so thoroughly rejected? She won't look at.
What?
She won't look at it.
Okay.
She was having his pose.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a default.
Totally a little off for the scene, but you know.
I can look again. It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere.
Yes. It may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes is about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it.
Okay.
Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope or the card.
It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here.
I have
I
information.
have information. Oh,
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is all a matter of utmost importance.
is Mrs. Garadeb innocent?
No. She did throw the knife out the
She
window.
threw a knife out the window.
Oh, I mean, maybe. Oh, like maybe she's not innocent of stabbing her, but maybe she actually inadvertently saved her life.
That doesn't mean innocent, though.
No, that doesn't mean innocent. But
Wait a minute. The 17th of this month. That's the day he was stabbed on Briar Road.
And 5 p.m.
Is precisely the time when the incident occurred. The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road.
Briar Road? Being the street that Mr. Garadeb's house is on.
Does this mean that...
Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day, when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad.
goodness!
So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything.
Yes. I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you.
No, it's fine.
Miss Green. Please promise us you won't try to do anything like that again.
Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and I had a close shave with a bottle of poison. I'm still here. I think I'm destined to bring things through to the end. I sound a little conceited, but well, that's all how all this made me feel.
Negligent assault, usually misdemeanor.
Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes.
Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today.
Ooh, I like Briar Street at night.
Yes,
It's very pretty.
it's late.
Little snowflakes.
And Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you into court tomorrow, do you think?
Details about Mr. Shamspear, Mr. Gairdeb's lodging, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway.
I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis.
Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean?
Yes, will they have found strychnine in it or not?
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper.
Oh dear.
Yes, Barak von Zeeks.
But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at the crisp hour and attend the trial.
Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come?
Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning.
Mood.
Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Soseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here, and so I felt honor bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn. For all of us.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Making progress. Moving.
Alright, we're gonna get to the next line that gives us music, and then we're gonna take a potty break.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
It
Solid.
starts with someone else being murdered, and it's like, fuck!
So 23rd of February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh my god, Soseki!
Hi. Hi, buddy.
Jesus,
How's it-
buddy.
You good? Hey.
Can we have some music?
No.
No, they're purposely cucking you, Molly.
Thank you.
There you go.
Christ.
Comedy.
Two milkmen go comedy. I'm sure I'm offbeat with everything else.
Do it again. I wasn't listening. Close enough.
There you go. Because I was doing it while stretching. Baby's been asleep this whole stream. Sounded on beat on stream. Oh damn!
Don't say that.
Don't encourage me. Oh, don't encourage
Yeah.
baby to wake
Yeah.
up. I thought you were saying, Tony, don't encourage me to keep going. Yeah, she's gonna wake up like any minute and just be bouncing off the walls. She's so tiny when she's curled up in a ball. I'm like out of snacks except for goldfish and fruit snacks.
That's still a lot of snacks.
It's not for me. I like to have a variety of snacks. Like I like to have
I see.
Go-Gurt and goldfish and fruit snacks and baby corn and popcorn.
Wow.
I'm on Alex's side of that not being a lot.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of different snacks. With like actual meals, I will literally eat pasta every single day. But snacks I get sick of.
Snacks need variety.
Snacks need variety. I also got oatmeal, I guess.
Preferably
Oh,
enough
no
snacks that you
snack.
can keep snacking, but not snack on the same snack twice in a day.
I'm out of fruit snacks.
Oh, that sucks.
Ah. If I could guarantee that I would be back before any one of my people spoke, I would go to 7-Eleven. But who fucking knows? Mr. Simp might be back.
Who's that one?
I feel like we're done with the
The
bees.
bee boy. We're done with the birds and the bee.
Maybe.
No, not the birds, just the bees.
Just the bees.
He might come back. It's hard to say. I
We
grabbed
still don't know
waffles.
like how he was poisoned, and our
Yeah.
theory was that it was something in the gas.
Right.
But
Hard to say.
I don't know if Miles is back yet. I haven't heard him. Sex is over.
Done with
New
the birds
ace
and the
overlords.
bees. Sex is over. New ace overlords. No more. Take it all away. Pack it up.
Maybe Shamspear thought she maybe knew something about the treasure, and so was like planning on like giving her information about Duncan's death
Hi, sorry I'm back.
to
You're
get
fine.
something out of her.
Waiting for water to boil.
Oh, you're fine.
Be careful, the tea might have poison in it.
I'm eating waffles.
I've already had 3 cups of tea since we've been on stream.
Fuck!
Well, it was nice knowing you.
No!
Miles.
Oh. Fortunately disconnect you from the call.
I have smiley face waffles.
Oh.
Oh, you still have leftover waffles?
Yeah, it made 15 waffles, Alex.
Yeah, I just, I don't have any
That sounds
self-control.
So good.
I've been eating like 1 or 2 every day since I made waffles. 2 or 3. 2 or 3 is more accurate. I think I've got like 5 of them left. Anyway.
This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that's been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything.
And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you.
I always appreciate your help, Miss Sato.
Suffering Soseki selfishly sidelined. Ah!
Nobody's talking to him. Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume.
Good morning! Good morning! Locum student Naruhodo Esquire! Listen to you two chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here!
I am unhappy when not about me?
It's not about me!
Yeah.
Though in this case, he is the one currently on trial for poisoning. Why would you do that? Why? Oh dear, we didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly you were meditating, finding inner calm.
I am a cat and so require attention.
Yeah.
It seemed wrong to disturb you. I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today.
See, that was your first mistake. You're like this every day.
That's a good fucking point. I've attained spiritual enlightenment.
All
What?
right.
Truly is a journey to discover one's own death. Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. This is a really weird,
I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me for missing the signs that you wanted us to speak with you, so you shut your eyes.
And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume. It was just an example!
Oh yes, there it is. Inner calm.
You see me at all yesterday.
I'm just so needy.
I'm really freaked out, man. I was so sure you abandoned me and returned to our beautiful, long-lost homeland.
Soseki, please, you know we needed to investigate. Man!
We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet.
Yes, well, anyway. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth.
Huh? I've actually reached an important decision myself.
Oh? What sort of decision?
I shall fill you in after the trial.
I'm leaving. Going home. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
This is a bit much for me.
He did also say that at the end of last trial that he was going home.
He did.
But I think they put that in there so that, I don't know. I'm thinking about how these two games were written as one initially.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Well, they had to say
It
he
would seem.
was going home because then we see him in the first trial of this game and he's in Japan.
Mm.
And then we learn, oh, actually, there's a second case that he was a part of, and he went
I
home
mean,
after
he
that
didn't get a chance to go home.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that this is a decision he's making now is antithetical to a decision that
Could
he
be a
told us he
different
was making,
decision.
like 3 days ago.
Could be a different decision.
That's true. Could be I'm leaving my cat. Do you want him?
Oh. Because I'm a cat now.
Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all.
I don't
I'm
need a
leaving
cat
my
because
cat so
I'm
I
a
can
cat.
smuggle. Because I'm smuggling like 18 kittens to Japan.
True. He took so many kittens with him.
It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits.
He's just sleeping. It's a very clear message, I think, that he's overslept again.
The great detective? My arch nemesis. Long may he stay away! If you ask me.
He can go fuck himself.
He can go
Defend it!
fuck himself!
And your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way to the courtroom immediately.
Thank you, bailiff.
Fuck off.
Oh, Bale's not in a good mood today.
Okay.
Bill's never in a good mood.
Today, once
He
again,
doesn't
we
want to be doing his
face
job.
the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting to the very end. That's all. That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
End game.
End of game.
The end.
That's it.
That's all.
It is now 9:40 a.m. in the Old Bailey courtroom. He's got his cloak back.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
Prosecution is ready.
Are you eating something?
No, I just put my arm like over my mouth.
Like a vampire?
He's got his cape up like a vampire. Yes, the defense is ready.
Very good. Now we'll call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed?
Oh, you know what else we forgot about? We saw Fairplay's model in the room
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
at the
Oh, fucking
beginning of
Fairplay.
this case.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that?
Where is he coming from?
I knew that fucking shithead was up to something.
Absolutely. I knew he was up to something when I saw people complaining about the fact they changed his name, and I figured no one would complain if no one gave a shit about him.
I
Oh,
think
that's
people
fair.
just find him hot, too.
Well, okay. Okay.
I mean, I
I
don't
know that his original name in the fan translation is really, really clever.
Okay.
Cleverer than fair play. And so
Mhm.
people are like, oh, bummer, it's less interesting, but I don't give a shit.
I don't think-
Absolutely, justice will be done, you mark my words.
I feel obligated to say I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right.
What?
Oh, well, I wonder if you could just adjust my hat for me and please be as ruthless as you like.
Oh my god!
When did this man
Alright.
become a simp?
Don't be a
It's
bottom!
me.
Don't joke about him being horny last session.
Don't be a bottom in front of the entire courtroom, sir.
I want her
All
to
of
take his
China
hat by the
does
brim and just
reporting.
like pull it down so much it like goes over his face, like and like break the top of the hat open.
Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me.
Jesus!
Gas thieves. No sympathy for the man at all.
Ma'am?
Look, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems.
You really do,
Oh
sir.
my
You
God.
need to leave your wife.
You're such a bad juror. Holy shit.
It's so funny though, they really did go in on this one guy.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here, and may he lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today.
When did you become
When
religious?
did you do this?
He's just
Sir!
he's religious. He's a surgeon.
I'm a religious
He
surgeon.
trips and eats shit all the time.
I
There's no
shit
end to
all
this
the
man's
time?
life.
He trips and eats shit. That's what happened in the last game.
I trip and I shit all the time, like as individual things.
No.
Those are his character traits.
He trips and eats shit. He's a surgeon. He's suddenly Catholic.
Huh. Old man has become Catholic.
Without warning.
He
no
has
one warned us.
hearing problems. He doesn't know anything that's
Warning
happening at
Catholicism.
any moment in time.
The way you said old man has become Catholic made me think of the old man who yells at Cloud, and now it's just old man prays at Cloud.
And he drinks Dos Equis. He's the most interesting man in the world.
Hmm.
Hold on, I gotta make a note for me to Photoshop this old man onto a Dos Equis advertisement.
This is the most
I
interesting
could
man in the
probably do
world.
that in between judging.
Oh, please do it for me. That would just bring me so much joy.
Now, Lord Venzeeks, what can you tell us?
Oh, nothing
Okay.
apparently.
Got nothing.
The button, one of the buttons on his shirt is came open and he's trying to fix it with one hand.
He's like
He's
distracted.
got a
Yeah.
cold sore,
Shit,
and
shit.
he's trying to hide it.
Prosecution's report, please, for the court.
He spilled wine on his shirt. He's trying to get it off.
He's trying very hard not to sneeze. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea.
So he does have the results. Oh, we're starting off. Starting off strong.
Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock,
It's a lot of words.
pray allow me a moment to savor a liquid of more sanguine hue.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on the top of it.
Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night.
Well, the brain yard analyzed it, and yes, you're right, it was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it.
Get fucked.
Ha ha.
Oh, no poison at all.
In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
The tea is innocent.
Yes.
Ah, sorry. Revelation.
I will
You're doing
forgive you.
important
You're
work.
doing the Lord's work. As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is blameless here.
My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction.
I'm gonna strangle your stupid hot face.
That's what he wants.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes, if it's true, no poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But, what logic is that?
What?
Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
What are you talking
But
about?
there's a difference between
like
the
this.
same tea. What? The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Council.
He's reaching. That's what we're getting. He's
His
reaching.
back must hurt because of how hard he is reaching.
Exactly. Unfit for drinking. Just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
Damn, it's just
Oh,
Levi
God.
hour today.
Christ.
It's the Levi show again.
It's the Levi
I
show.
hope Gregson doesn't stay
Levi
there.
case. Very well. I will uphold the prosecution's request.
It's what he deserves.
Mr. Shamspeare?
Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspeare to the stand.
What was that,
I
Sasaki?
like that guy.
Your opinions do not matter in this matter, Mr. Bailiff.
Ugh.
I hate his little front dip. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's like he's like going for a kiss, but like really far away.
Uncomfy.
Mr. William Shamspeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Or should we call you whatever the fuck?
Heaven! Oh hell! Do you command me to remember?
God, I hate you. Anyway, what the fuck? Selden. We're gonna call you Selden. Asshole.
Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a bellyful of the foul fluid given, in mine innocence.
Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe.
By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes. One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a roomful of the sweet fuel given. Oh, that actually rhymed. Sort of.
That's right. Fellow jurors, don't forget this man is a rotten thief.
He's having a snack there, fair play.
Yep. I ate dinner at 4 p.m. and I'm hungry.
Oh, I haven't forgotten. Kept all day about the ice coins of Tiger, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner.
Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once. Let him feel the sting of my tail.
Oh, indeed, by dint of vile and cowardly means, I plotted to further mine own ends. I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure.
I hate you. If you
Do you not like
acknowledge...
this character, Molly?
It's just so extra.
I think
It's
you just said I hate you like after a
so
line 3
much.
times in a
I did also tell Von Seeks I hated him, so I'm just in a
Okay, fair enough.
spiteful mood.
It's just me.
If you
Molly
know...
just dislikes all these white men who are played by.
Who are played by me.
Henry Cavill.
Fair enough. I don't blame it. Yeah, sorry, Harry Cavill.
If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here?
Cowards die many times before their deaths. And for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But
Okay.
would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me.
What are you doing?
His old dance.
What are you doing?
Good old fun dance.
It's a different version of the dance.
Objection! Seems like the world's worst screensaver.
Right? There was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony.
Can't wait.
Is that not so, Mr. Shamspeare? Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
Very well. Let the witness testimony. Fuck. Let the witness testify to explain his consistency.
Fuck.
Explain your consistency, sir.
Tell the court why it is that poison apparently emptied your body through none. Every rough day, though none was found on the tea.
It's okay, Judge. We're all having a hard time.
Remember what I said, Levi, about her waking up at any moment?
Oh, god damn it. Sorry.
The tea inconsistency. Oh my god, that was a
Inconsistent
pun.
tea.
Oh,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was a
Inconsistency.
pun on the key inconsistency.
Uh,
The key is
the Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips.
Well, that's not true.
When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus 'tis no surprise that that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap.
Oh, whatever you want, whenever you want. Doesn't have to be now. Chat just gave me a big purple button that said karaoke time, and I had to press it.
You gotta tell us what you want Molly to
What?
sing, though.
Tony said whatever I want,
Right?
whenever I want.
Oh, I'm sorry. Reading, I fucking was only. paying
It'll just
attention.
happen without
It'll happen.
without any notice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lurking.
Molly will find his chance.
yeah. Whenever whatever strikes me, you'll just have to deal with it.
Look at you hitting 10k points.
And now they're all gone.
Yeah.
I do love an Ace Attorney case where it's like, this guy's like, that's why there is no poison in the tea that I poured into the soap molds, and you like have to like step back and be like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Like, like you're so far abstracted from what a normal conversation sounds like that doesn't sound weird anymore.
Right? But yeah, you're
You
right.
know?
He didn't poison his tea, and he didn't drink his tea. So I used his tea to pour tea into my soap.
What a guy.
Chat gave me
The
a big
poison was
purple
slipped into-
button. Can you imagine? I had to press it.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine? The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
How much experience do
I
you
do it
have with
quite often.
poison?
You know,
Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance.
But no poison bottle was found at the scene.
because quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room.
Did you find it in his room?
The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide.
I knew that.
By now it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused hands.
Bless you.
Ah!
Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspare, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's an evil face. This man is evil.
This man is exceedingly evil.
Mm-hmm.
The music's slowly coming back. Like, should we keep going?
Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose.
There's an orchestra in this courtroom.
Yeah.
Well,
I do declare.
let's make.
Thank
What
you
do
for
you
your
declare?
testimony, witness.
Fuck you.
Counsel, please be civil, juror. Counsel, proceed with the
I
cross-examination.
can't, Your Honor. I'm so horny.
Yes, my lord.
Oh. What's happening?
Nothing. We're just sitting here on the team consistency.
Harmonize. Do it. Dance, monkeys, dance.
Horrifying. Talented. Horrifying.
It's just the wails of the dam.
We were paused on that screen so I could add Alex's quote.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I feel like we might have to press and then we can
Use these.
present the cups.
We'll press him, yeah.
Hold it!
But the teacup Mr. Nutsmay drank from was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maxim: drink tea while it's hot.
I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in mine agony did I writhe uncontrolled. I bet some people would love to see him writhe uncontrolled.
I would not.
No.
No, please no.
No.
In fits of pain I did knock the fellow's cup and its contents spilt as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. Though certainly 'twas after I had made the coins of ice from his tea.
There's a lot of weird shit that would have to go Right. For that to even be remotely possible.
An upset cup was found on the table that the victim was slumped over. There is no contradiction here.
It's true, there was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about this statement is troubling me.
Yes, of course. I know what it is. It's Mr. Natsmay's wise drink tea while it's hot maxim, isn't it?
No, I'm not sure that's it.
But it is. If he drank all the tea, that's why there's not a... sorry. Judge didn't say anything.
Thank you, witness. Now reiterate for the court what it is that occupied you after your guest had left and before you drank your tea.
Didn't mean to keep rambling while you were speaking, Judge. I'm sorry. Anyway, we do need to present the cups because, Natsume's cup doesn't have a tea ring. Asshole.
Objection!
You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible.
Oh, ho, Chop Logic! What is this, ye darky-clad fiend?
The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible?
What difference?
Look at the insides of the cups. Just here, there's a clearly visible ring.
Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough.
Indeed. Such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in a cup for a while.
And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean.
And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it?
Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted.
Tea.
One at a time.
That's right. Yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. That's new. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well, after the several hours the tea was left standing.
But,
In short, Mr. Shamspeare, you clearly lied to the court.
get thee to a nunnery!
Objection!
Ooh, sip.
As a rule, I fill my hallowed chalice up to 7 times during any one trial.
You fucker.
He drinks 7. He drinks 7.
He fills
And-
it 7 times.
Drinks, fills that. Fair enough, yeah.
He speaks of a hallowed chalice as if he only has one. You smash it every time.
He has one hallowed chalice design and thousands of chalices.
Don't we all?
You might want to keep that information to yourself. Oh,
Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry.
your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory.
You...
Molly hate. To William Shakespeare.
He's like, this man's not committing perjury. He's just forgetful. He's so silly, isn't he?
Dumbass. Yes, my liege. Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused cup. Could it be that you were perhaps mistaken?
I do believe that's leading, Van Zeeks.
Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? A fact that had vanished from your memory until now.
God, he's so full of shit.
You're so full of shit. You're so full of shit.
Faith, my liege, thou art a magician! For verily, 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night.
What?
Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked, 'twas empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest.
Objection!
And you've just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before. Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection!
People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us two things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put in the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that had bewitched this court.
It does not tell us that. It does not tell us that.
The prosecution makes a fine summary of his facts.
Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words... the inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist.
No.
What does this mean?
I do declare it means there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony.
Apart from a bit about thieving gas, obviously. My lords, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear. After I did dine at Grub's Scrubbery Alehouse that night, naught did pass my lips but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death.
They're really on this guy about his posture, aren't they? Damn.
God, it's so
And
rude.
on what did you dine, sir?
Why, I did partake of my favourites, a broth as wouldst be called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad. You just like poured chicken broth into a bowl and then fucking ate a leaf off a tree. As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas, but I pray ye wise and noble fellows, ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. Jurors all, your humble servant Shamspear doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his...
My lord!
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is not Same. No, fair play.
No. Well, still Miles.
My lord! If I may speak, my lord.
You guys want to give your verdict already?
Yes, Mr. Foreman.
I would like to punch the victim, please. I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer.
By me? I do declare you may be right.
Well, we all know the Wayfarer was making coins of ice to keep himself warm.
But this lawyer lad says if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh?
What?
He's been leading up the garden path. What he's been doing.
I really never said anything like that.
What we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We've reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it.
Yes, you will.
Yes, we will.
The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman. And will duly hear the jury's findings.
What? No! You can't yet.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Maybe Van Zeeks is right that peasants are useless.
Guilty.
Fucking fools. This is goddamn bullshit.
I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord.
Oh, happy day!
Is this really what you want, Van Zeeks? How is this happening? My lord, the
Van
defense
Zeeks-
asserts its right to carry out a summation examination.
Van Zeeks only cares about justice when he's losing. Very well. The court upholds the defense's right.
Thank you.
Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth.
Fuck off.
This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
I'm a man of logic, me. And having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty.
I do agree that gas is
great.
far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying.
The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolute. Okay.
Sorry.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it.
It can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying. Oh, is that fucking hell?
Nope.
I thought
three.
the bottom one was her. Yeah, it's absolutely lethal gases.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes.
Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
Oh my
Is your
god!
wife trying to poison you? Sir!
If nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there?
This man is the only one with an actual reason. Everybody else is talking about gas or
You could hear
unrelated
it for once.
unrelated things.
I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat.
Do you think so? Really? Is that what you think?
Maybe just a skosh. But never mind.
Skosh! No, you really should mind.
The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Sham's bill was poisoned, there can be no doubt about that.
Then how are we supposed to turn this around?
I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shamsir was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly.
Well, fuck me, I guess. Our only, suspicion at this point is the gas. And that's not exceptionally helpful. But
Guess we can press.
that's surely almost impossible at this stage.
If we don't manage it, though, Mr. Natsume will...
Will be found guilty.
No delays, Council. Proceed with the summation examination.
Hold it!
All the evidence, you say?
That's right, and there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at that Japanese man with a big mustache.
I just wanna look at everybody real quick. Okay.
Yep, it's them.
Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache.
I was thinking that! Means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind.
If only we had that kind of evidence.
We need to show him, something about his mustache. Don't worry, the summation examination has barely started, really.
The summonation.
Summation examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light.
Let's hope so. To
Or
start
someone's
with.
going to get, stabbed in the middle of the courtroom.
Well, that could also happen, but I hope not. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock.
Hold it!
This isn't the time or the place to be discussing the price of gas, madam. But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money? It makes my
Wow,
blood
babe.
boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever. This isn't the time or the place to be ruthless either.
I don't mind.
If I might interject here.
Levi can fix her.
Always.
Ah, yes, madam?
It would seem that my fellow juror takes issue with the price our company charges for gas.
Yes, it does seem so.
But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up.
Oh, what a beastly man! That unkempt
Never
mustache,
mind.
those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas. Utterly unforgivable. Ma'am, you're conflating. No,
Yeah,
no. Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding on more crimes.
Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either.
We should also caveat that there aren't
Anyway.
crimes to be adding on to.
I've quite made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas.
It's actually pretty funny.
That's good.
Stuff explodes, and it can poison you.
Weird that you mentioned that, sir.
Hold it!
Weird that you'd say that. Could we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir?
Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I'd take poison over gas every time.
You'd take poison?
What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it?
Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man.
Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room.
Ah! You're right! I hadn't even considered that at all!
Oh, God.
I'm surrounded by idiots. Young lawyer man,
Yes?
you have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative.
I'm okay. Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure.
Anyway, the point is, I had the best experience with
Nope.
gas. I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past.
Have not. I think they suck.
Hold it!
Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas?
There's an all-out attack underway here in case you hadn't noticed. It's my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
Oh, she's really buzzing now.
Uh-huh.
All I've heard about are wonderful fuels, explosions, and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that?
What about it?
Little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison.
I don't know if that's true.
Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable. My point exactly. Give me a sec, bad to sneeze.
Achoo.
But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know?
More devious? Who, madam? Also, Tony, at any point, if you do think of a song you want me to sing, put it in chat. I'm trying to also think, but like, if you got something, that'd be great.
Other gas companies, of course.
These people's building code have no statutes except the one against windows.
Not anymore. The Windows one is gone.
Now there's none. Other gas companies. Not quite what
OSHA.
I was
More like
expecting.
NOSHA. We generate gas and we deliver it to our customers fair and square.
We make it ourselves.
Indeed. Nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all.
What are you talking about? What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people?
You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that.
What?
Well, they steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible? Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates, they disconnect our pipes and divert the gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes. and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours, without us even knowing.
They're diverting gas into their own pipes legally. What a brazen form of theft! It's like the house near me where I grew up, where they were growing weed in the basement and tapped into the electrical lines before the meter.
Oh. When we
That's
visit customer
wild.
houses to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of those devious companies has been up to its tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That happened to me.
Good God.
I can contribute.
I
There's,
can
uh,
eat my thought bubble.
Yeah, this face
Look
is
at me.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3?
Oh, golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself very loudly.
I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct?
Well, yes. I got a little riled about it recently, you see?
Go on.
An Ultimo gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said.
A secret check?
So I let him in. You know what he did?
I'm, afraid I have no idea. Please tell us. I'm a little worried about where the story is going.
He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall.
What?
Then he grabbed an exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man?
I'm exposing that it's all hot air! And
You're
she's
giving
like,
away company secrets here.
It's like, yeah,
What?
that's the point. It's supposed to be hot air. Oh, please, everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you.
What is happening? What do you mean?
I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network.
Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it?
Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's at fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipes, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Oh. So they were checking somebody else's house, and they needed to go to his house to like blow into it.
Oh, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of an adjacent property that had no contract with your company flickers, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with your pipes. Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker.
The trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might. And can you guess what happened, can't you?
Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean... Boom.
That's right. The lights didn't just flicker; they went out, along with the stove. Along with the stove, gas started pouring out into the house.
Oh! That's what
He's been
Sham
blowing into
Spirit...
the pipe.
That's why he's been standing on the
Yeah.
box with his he's been taking the light off the wall and blowing into the pipe to turn off not Saseki's stove. He's been trying to fucking poison
He's been
him.
trying to kill him
He killed the other
So
guy
he
and
can
has been
get in
trying
the
to kill
room.
Natsume.
because he needs that room so he can find the fucking treasure.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Holy shit!
How did the gas get back into his room though? That's the big question.
Well, we know specifically he had strychnine poisoning, so that has to be
Right.
something else.
maybe both things are true. The guy is still actually living in the wall. Hasn't been trying to kill Soseki, but he's trying to kill this guy who's getting too close to his treasure.
What a disaster.
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard, so the flames went out.
I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said.
So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room.
Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yes. This is almost certainly the clue we've been hoping for. Juror number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information.
Oh, if you like, I don't mind.
Well, I do. That's our company's secret method.
Like I said, madam, it's widely known already.
It's
It's our secret method of identifying the rogues that try to diddle us.
Trying to
Good lord.
diddle us. That's a euphemism, ma'am.
Very well, juror number 3. You will amend your statement accordingly.
Yes, my lord. Although I'm not exactly sure what the point of all this is. Blow too hard into the gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house. And then you're in real trouble.
Hold it!
You mean it's poisoned?
That's right. That's happened to Tiny a few times now.
Oh my god!
Fucking guy.
This is most troubling indeed.
It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I get in at tea time, see. And I see her doing it. My wife.
Oh my god!
She gets that devilish look on her face, and she slips some white powder into my cup.
He really is. Holy
Fuck,
shit.
dude!
Holy shit.
And
sir.
you drink it anyway?
I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it.
And what happened
Okay,
to you?
if he's still alive, is it poison or cocaine?
Or is it just sugar? Is his wife actually nice to him? I would like it to be that his wife is actually nice to him and is just putting sugar in his tea. What
Oh,
did
that'd actually be really funny.
What happened to you? What did it taste like?
It was god awful, believe you me. Salty as hell.
She's just pouring salt.
Oh, she's just playing a prank on him. That's why she like gets a little smile. That's still cute though.
Well,
He's just a dumbass.
I don't think it's
This
a
is
prank.
so weird.
Well, if she gets,
Very
I
weird.
don't know.
I
It's
think
weird.
I
don't know.
think she's
Switch
being
of-
mean.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not. It's less a prank and more just I'm bullying my
I
husband.
guess.
Yeah,
I
she's
guess.
being mean to him
Listen,
on purpose.
I wanted good things for him. All right.
I want good things for him too, but previous previous experience says that she's probably not doing it as a fun haha.
Yeah.
But she's at least not trying to kill him.
Look at that bar. It's so low.
I know. I know.
And I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt.
No. So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Wow, he's into it.
This is my favorite story member now. They've taken the bit so fucking far.
This poor man.
Let's move on, please.
Poor abused man. Oh.
Hold it!
Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you change your leaning?
Sorry? What's that now?
Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on that night.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry?
I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Oh, we're gonna try to argue that because he was blowing into it, some backwash came in. Which is not how it happened, but, you know, it might get everyone off our dick for a little bit. Haven't you been listening to me at all?
I feel there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here.
Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all, it would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently.
Which is weird, because he always says that he can't hear things. I suppose the trouble is...
He has selective hearing.
Exactly. But still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that we so desperately need. Interesting. This is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people.
I do think the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shamspeare was really poisoned. You have to prove that it happened some other way, and not via Mr. Natsume's tea.
Yes, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea how it did happen.
Mr. Naruhodo,
I feel like we do have to use Simp Boy's addition with Old Man. And then we can,
yeah, because the other thing that passed his lips is the gas.
Yeah.
I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten.
Oh? Like what?
It's important to watch everyone involved and pursue people if they react to something someone else says. If you'd like me to remind you exactly what I mean, I'd be more than happy to, of course.
No, I'm okay. Once again, Saseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands here. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. So perhaps I ought to let Susato-san remind me. Then again... Actually, I don't think there's any need. It's vital that we stop trying to change these jurors' minds as soon as possible.
Of course, I'm sure you're right. But if you decide you like your memory refreshed, you need only ask, Mr. Naruto.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Pit me against me.
Good gracious. To whose statements do you refer, Counsel?
Shamspear had his soup and salad at it was before 9 o'clock.
Did he left to do that, right?
That's probably what he left. So it's between 6 and 9 o'clock.
Do you think he went to that bar?
He said he went to Grubby's Grubs or something. There would be no reason for him to have gone to the one that Olive mentioned because he wasn't meeting anybody there.
Right. But maybe he goes there a lot. I don't know. It's weird he's getting salad and that place has salad in the name.
He also got soup.
Yeah, but it's salad.
Did you say this, Shasta?
I do believe so.
Great.
But I say it again. Good gracious, to which statements do you refer, Counsel?
Juror number 6. Did you hear what juror number 3's just said?
Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question.
What? What explanation?
I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene to see if there were any traces of poison there?
I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe. Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. Shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to talk right now, bitch.
That's
What
true.
a piece of work is a man!
That's true, Von Zeeks. You're not supposed to talk, bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Shamspear?
What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to thee, sir.
I want to commit to this by jumping up and down my room, but then I can't be at my mic.
I thought I'd been quite clear. Let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body.
Good lord.
Are they tasty then, gas pipes? Is that what he's saying?
Oh my god.
Gas pipe.
Was the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas?
Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him,
For shame, madam, speaking thy fancy.
He has a little bit of a voice line.
I assure you, I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes.
Objection!
Yes, you are.
This is no summation examination. This is a farce.
You're not allowed to talk right now.
The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall.
We have proof.
In order to have placed his lips to the pipe that feeds it, he would have to be a contortionist.
Nope.
These are empty assertions.
Twice
There is
in a
no
row.
possible proof that the man did as you say.
Twice in a row.
Objection!
It's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shamspeare put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shamspeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. And I have evidence to prove it.
Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself.
So would I. Let's see this evidence then.
Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that, time and time again, Mr. Shamspeare stood in front of his gas lamp.
Take that!
Yeah, it's truly disturbing.
What the?
These are... Wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin prints, Council? I've never heard of such a thing.
Through two words that you know both of.
The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Throw it out!
It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shamspeare touched in his room.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it?
Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fella, that's for sure.
I agree. I also absolutely picked out a stream. This month's edition of Engineering Films was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shamspeare also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example, here. Around the
hanging picture there. Indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps? At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of...
In front of
I don't believe it.
The gas lamp.
the gas lamp. I don't know who was saying that.
Everyone was saying it, I guess.
Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious,
So far away.
it's clear that Mr. Shamspeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Right, what have you been up to, you nut?
You nut. Ah la 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 la, ah la 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 la. That's what his head sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I'm such a fucking emo.
Aren't I so cool and wonderful, and I'm so silly, and I'm so wonderful, and I'm so innocent, and somebody tried to kill me.
But in like more Shakespearean English.
No. I'd ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you'll recall juror number 3's statement... Juror number 3.
Juror number 3 statement.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know.
Oh, for some reason I had the like Twitch stream up and not the Discord stream, and so I was like, it's not me. What? Me?
Oh my god.
When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights and the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shamspeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other lamp and gas stove in the building at will.
Crikey!
Alright, he's Australian.
It was Australian.
I'm suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Objection!
Oh, I'm stupid, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely. He's a murderer. A thief and a murderer.
Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination.
I refuse.
No. I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law.
What are you talking about?
What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zeeks, you bitch?
You're the one breaking rules in my courtroom.
This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, the so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case.
But it's an exciting new forensic technique developed by a great detective.
It's exciting.
It's
So
so
it has
exciting.
to be able to be used.
That's what we're all about, that entertainment, baby. It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands.
Ah!
Certainly even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Holmes
Who's Holmes?
cannot be recognised by the court as formal evidence.
Never heard of this Holmes fellow.
Please, my lord. If I may.
Mr. Sato?
It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence.
Miles, you got a little far away.
Am I better? Or...
Yes.
That's immediately better.
Sorry. I was sitting back because, like, I'm on my couch and I'm sleepy. So, I will sit closer, sorry. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the crime scene. As a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
In other words, go fuck yourself.
Shut the fuck up. In other words, go fuck yourself. This is gonna be great. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree.
You're so smart, Susato. What would we do without
Love
you?
Bing, 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 bing. You're right!
Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide.
Not you, you smelly prosecutor.
Get fucked, my dude.
Juror number
Get
3. Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what that shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
His defense has to be that he gets railed there.
Yep, that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna do that in this game.
In this game for children.
Mm-hmm.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy. Fair play sees you.
And he's disgusted.
And he's fucking pissed.
Fair play. Fair play takes the bonk emote and thinks it means crushing someone's skull in for being poor. Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No, wait. You heard his lordship. It's not fair ding-
Fuck your dinkum!
Fuck your dinkum, sir.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
If I may, fuck your dinkum.
If just one more juror changes their mind. Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue.
Just 1 second.
Uh-huh.
Are you typing if I may, sir, fuck your dinkum? There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Sato. But I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Take the success, Susato. You saved my fucking
No.
ass.
Do you know that meme of Bugs Bunny is like no? Like the
Yeah.
that one.
No. He's just sweating. We got you now, asshole.
You tried to murder our friend.
Why, Mr. Shamspear? You seem to be losing your composure.
Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it.
Where are the fucking oranges?
What?
What?
we're doing quotes in the chat.
Doing quotes in
Ah.
chat.
Yeah, my internet was being
Oh.
weird, so I closed chat a while ago. But I'm there in spirit.
Some people take the hand of their sworn enemy to cope?
To go?
Where
lot
did
of
that
these are-
come
no.
from?
I don't
remember
know.
any of these.
I had a cannoli in my arm.
That I remember. That was
I
him.
remember that one happening. But where were those other three?
Well, oranges is definitely from Yakuza 0.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
That's
Hey, hand. That's Danganronpa.
Fuck your gut bucket.
no, that's
No,
from
no.
that's
Take your
from
hand of your sworn enemy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Fuck your gut bucket is from
Wait.
Killing Floor
Oh.
2. Anyway.
Nagito? We're
Yeah,
referring to
Nagito took the hand of his sworn enemy to cope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, literally took the hand of.
Oh, right. Wow.
He quite literally took the hand.
Yeah, Jesus.
Fuck your gut bucket could have also been Danganronpa.
No, it
because
was
they're
killing
really
it was
different.
Killing Floor 2. I remember that one.
Okay.
Yeah, Dylan's Law was a coleslaw joke, but I don't remember why.
Oh,
I
cuz
think
Cole
that was like the beginning
Sprouse.
of a stream. Yeah.
It's the
yeah, Cole-
anti-slaw.
instead of Cole, it was
Cole's
Dylan.
it's Dylan Slaw because
Dylan
Dylan and Cole
Slaw.
Sprouse. The anti-slaw. Anyway, Judge.
Everyone knows that twins are opposites of each other. Are the evil versions.
Well,
figured
good,
out
you
which
cancel.
We haven't figured out which one's the evil one between Lumi and Nora yet.
Mm.
Oh
I'm
god.
angling that it's Lumi.
Oh fuck. Okay,
God, we still have to like pit people.
we have to convince one more person.
Ugh.
we open our mouth and the guy with the shitty wife is like, all right, fine, not guilty.
Ha!
Gas doesn't come for free. Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy. Alright, well I think
I wonder, can you
Fireplace.
pit new things? No, you can't pit those. Okay, I was thinking
I
that
don't
maybe you
think
could pit
so.
one of the new things.
No, you can't pit people who've
Yeah.
already turned
Yeah.
can't pit their statements against anyone. I feel like
We have slim fucking options now.
I'm a man of logic. I've considered all the evidence and the defendant must logically be guilty. This feels like the mind we're gonna change. But I don't know how.
What did Juror 6 say?
It doesn't
Wait, no,
matter.
he's done, isn't he?
Yeah, he's done.
So it's tea and gas.
Yeah, tea, gas, and evidence. Maybe it's this? Because this is the other thing we found in this department? I don't know, it feels like a jump.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna press everybody again because maybe we'll get some.
Maybe. Oh yeah, let's press it. We can't present. I was gonna say present the broken gas meter to her and be like, gas does come for free.
Yeah, no, we can't present evidence during the summation.
Yeah.
Hold the evidence, you say?
That's right. And there's no room for doubt. It's all point. There's the same lines from before.
Yeah. Englishman with a bigger mustache. But the defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you
There
make
we
of
go.
that?
What, your so-called skin prints? Same, we've done this already too.
The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeare has indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question,
What
It
else did he
can't-
put his mouth to?
it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was.
Well, yeah. I won't deny it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides,
Yes?
even if the fellow has been up to some mischief with the gas pipe just at the time before, doesn't mean he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it?
Oh.
If you can't make a case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance.
You do make a very valid point, sir.
No! Don't fall back!
What?
That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty.
No. Wait.
Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is.
Just leave our nationality out of this, please. Stop being racist.
Mr. Naruhodo, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back.
What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shamspeare really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question?
Ooh.
I have supporting testimony.
Ooh! From Natsume, saying his pilot light went out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Call our boy to the stand. Man of logic and racism. And racism can be added to like every character in this game.
No, in truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it.
What's that? Testimony?
incredible! Whose testimony?
Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garadeb residence that night. Namely, Ho. Natsume.
Yeah. Iris Wilson. It's just like, what?
Why am I here? What are you talking about?
Why did you call me, Runa? I was writing.
Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself.
The defendant?
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in lodgings! Even on the fateful night it happened, when I returned from Madame Spear's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me!
On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence, or not?
Good golly! So that Champsphere fellow blew air into the gas pipes to make the stove go out on purpose?
Hold your horses there. What would he do that for?
Mr. Foreman,
What is it, man?
we cannot allow judgment to be passed whilst this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye.
Transformers!
Robots in disguise.
Fair enough. At the outset,
Ooh.
I'm a man of logic, first and foremost.
Miss Mander, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing tonight? What were you streaming? Hey there, little guy. Look at this.
Oh, great.
I shall call you Trevor.
Welcome.
It's a raid.
Hello, hello.
That's 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. Hey there, little guy. Look at this mouse.
I shall call you Trevor.
Yes, we did just make a Transformers reference. Welcome, welcome.
As the defense has rightfully indicated, the summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now call guilty, 4 now call not guilty.
What's all this, then?
Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mr. William Shamspeare.
My lord, how can thy humble Shamspare serve thee?
I don't think any of us know anything about Transformers. I'm so sorry.
I know a little bit about
They just said that there was-
Transformers.
They just said that there was more than meets the eye in this case, and we just all devolved.
You started it.
I've watched videos where people talk about it.
This bitch is back.
What
Oh,
say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
Were you also playing this game?
yeah, I take it that you are also playing this game and you are further along than we are. I would request that you keep any spoilies about later in the game.
Shakespeare mind detected!
He's my beloved, but I understand.
Oh, I agree, Miss Mander. I agree full-heartedly.
So God mend me, I do solemnly swear.
You're on case 4. Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe.
Well, your handprints have made a tiny mess all over the wall there. How you explain that, eh?
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough.
Oh,
Jewel number 5. Get a screenshot of just I am done with the hand up.
I am done with this. Oh.
Oh, me?
Jeeves, another bottle.
Jeeves, another bottle. Jeeves! Like,
Another
as I went to
bottle,
some
please.
pains- yes. As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law.
Ah,
As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall
Mm-hmm.
remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Objection. Shut up. But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the lamp in Mr. Shamspeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there,
Objection!
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind.
Jesus, dude.
You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required. Objection,
Yes.
I hate you. Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible.
You know what I wonder?
what
Since
do you wonder?
we've had this thing at the beginning of this case with the fucking tea detector.
Uh-huh.
What if we use the tea detector stuff on the pipe because he drank tea before putting his mouth on it? And that shit's potent. We've already discovered. I don't know if it would work, but I don't know why they would bring it up otherwise.
I feel like maybe it also just feels like they wouldn't use it because, again, not admissible because Sholmes did it.
Because it's Sholmes made it, yeah.
So I'm not sure. I do agree that it should come back at some point, but I don't know if it would be that. Unless it's just like we're just trying to break Shamspeare down until he confesses.
Yeah, that's also.
That's possible. I didn't think
He
of
is a
that.
fucking dingus.
In any case, Counsel, I'll fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived?
There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is...
Yeah, it's so Chekhov's gun, this fucking franchise, where it's like, we see like a cup on the mantle next to Chekhov's gun, and if that cup doesn't come up, we're disappointed.
There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder.
too tall. I want to see him next to Turlock.
Order! Order! Council! Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
Yes, we'll lay it all out for you. The answer couldn't be simpler. Now that we've unraveled the mystery this far, Mr. Shamspeare wanted the end of the life of our good buddy.
It's time for the final piece of evidence. Quick, teenage female assistant. What evidence haven't we presented yet?
Some mood. If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing.
I live round those parts myself, so I know what it's like.
Do you think he had the wrestling match before he went to bed, just so he would be a little bit more out of breath and would maybe finally fucking die?
Oh, maybe. So he wouldn't wake up in time because he was tired.
Be more sleepy. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You'd freeze to death in no time.
Mr. Garadib, the landlord, had a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspeare was trying to end.
Outrageous.
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious.
Objection!
The accused is actually the aggrieved. Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
I knew you would, you fucking bitch.
Let us indulge in your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question that then arises is who put it there.
Or you think he knew that it was just like they were both trying to kill each other?
Who did put it there?
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply in his attempt to kill.
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the estate were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison?
So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous designs?
Ah, you mean to suggest...
Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What?
Misa Phaser?
He's a human weapon. One need only rearrange.
Misa Phaser?
Oh, God.
In other words,
The Turlock shows us your Twitch account.
the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Ah!
Whatever Mr. William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack.
This is such a head empty pose.
La-di-da. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert a suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
I mean, it wasn't greater until you opened your mouth.
I thought it was perfectly fine until you had to say something. How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly?
That's his entire job.
I know. Susato.
Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond. Sorry. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
We gotta kick his ass. What advantage?
Well, it would seem that someone put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So you must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
Oh,
What?
hello?
Now?
Now?
Hold on. Wait.
You mean name the true culprit?
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
What are you talking about?
The only person I can think of doing it is our fucking he lives in the walls theory. Where Olive did it as revenge.
We don't have that person to.
That's true.
In our.
We have a newspaper about him, though.
We do have a newspaper.
Right, but we usually have to present a profile.
They're gonna want a person.
When they. I don't.
Been shot in the dark. It's Olive.
Yeah, it's either Olive or it's.
They have given us the option of presenting evidence before.
That's true.
If not, then we know who the is.
I don't
That's true.
think.
Yeah.
I feel like
if they let us present evidence,
could be.
then it's.
Oh my god.
Whatever, murderer.
As it happens.
If they don't let us present evidence, then it's Olive.
One possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison. It's all pointing to a particular person now.
Prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
Ace Attorney has two modes. Explain how turning on a lamp means a room is lit up, and given the radius of the sun, calculate the time it would take a tree to grow.
What? Oh, don't you
Shut up!
Shut up!
I've got it!
Not you.
There is one person, there's one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprit.
A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nipponese friend.
He does recognize that the novels are better.
But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already, I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime?
How does he make friend sound like a slur?
Because it is. Oh god. So we're all in agreement that we're gonna choose Olive?
That's it.
Yeah, it's
I think
Olive.
there's only one person that would have been desperate enough to really do it.
And then she fails, and then she's gonna drink it herself.
Yep. She lied to us about where she got the poison.
Right.
Or she really did get it there, and then she just went and tried to kill him first.
Well, if
Yeah.
it, so Sholmes
You
did.
ever reached the gas pipe?
Sholmes,
It's a good fucking question.
Sholmes did take the bottle of poison, so it's very possible that he's gonna like storm in and be like, "Haha, strychnine."
Mm. God damn it, Olive!
Does Susato still have that rat?
Damn it.
We were all rooting for you, girl.
I don't think.
What
I
the hell?
don't think Susato brought the rat with
Still
her.
have the rat!
Oh, that'd be terrible. The name of the
Pull it
person.
out of like it's in the book.
Oh no! The name of the person
She's pressed it in
responsible
there like a leaf.
for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspear is, I believe,
Oh,
Miss
no.
Olive Green.
Oh.
Judge.
Shasta.
Just.
I was muted. Fuck. Miss Olive Green. Miss Olive Green.
Yeah, that is her.
I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Council. But I don't recall where.
Miss Olive Green, the woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
Oh, of course, yes. Miss Green. She was left comatose for 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
The good news is, he didn't die, and he's going to serve a lot more time than she will.
Oh wait a minute,
Everyone.
hold on. So, did he not? Did she poison the gas pipe like before she went into the hospital? And then,
Maybe?
but because Soseki got arrested and wasn't home for several nights,
Oh.
It's very
he
possible.
didn't,
he didn't
try
do
to
it.
blow
Oh.
the pilot light out.
That's
Yeah.
possible because it's very possible that she suspected that the reason Duncan died was because somebody put out the pilot light. And as they have said multiple times, everyone knows that the gas companies do that trick to see if their gas has been siphoned off. And so she put the strychnine on the pipe because if someone wasn't fucking with the gas, they would have no reason to put their mouth on the gas pipe.
Then again, this couldn't have been an earlier thing, because going off of Van Zeke's own thing, it apparently evaporates.
Well, maybe. I don't know. She woke up the same day that this happened, though.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she was,
That's possible too. Then.
yeah. Oh, no, never mind.
She also could have lied to us about
Let's keep
when she was
going.
going to meet someone. She could have actually met Shamspear.
Let's just keep going.
And yeah.
Well, thanks, Miss Mander. Did you say this, Levi?
Oh, thank you. I did not. And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago.
And she woke up 2
Yeah,
days
thanks, Miss
ago.
Mander. Thank you.
Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True. On the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in a hospital, unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still, my colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious, she had poison.
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought in to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
And this really works out because Alex hasn't had time in court, and like we're gonna fucking finish it out.
We got
I'm
10,
happy about that.
7
Like,
minutes.
I mean,
I'm
no,
not- but I-
next
but I
time.
mean, like,
We'll finish
you
it
know.
out with Olive's testimony, probably.
yeah.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
My lord, pray, what be thy bidding?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
She said she wished you died. So
No, never heard of her.
Mm-hmm.
Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
Maybe not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nipponese friend fast through its conclusion.
I appreciate that.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Yes, Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient.
How about a week? Very well, I grant the request.
Excellent. I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
Damn. Nailed that stream timing. We could do like the post talk, or I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
To
That'll last.
To be continued.
Oh yeah, no. This is the time. This is the time.
Segment over. Alrighty.
Good shit.
Good stuff.
hell yeah.
Good stuff indeed. Oh, no, stop.
Get out of here, game.
Get out of here.
We aren't talking to nobody yet.
Oh my god, we're gonna catch up to, we're gonna finish it. It's February 23rd in game. If we could have almost like been playing.
Just wait
at the
until
same time.
February 23rd.
Yeah, don't actually do that.
No. Oh my
No,
god.
I'm not saying it, no.
Alright. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Thank you, Miss Mander, for the raid. I super appreciate it. I feel like we should forward the love on to somebody. Who do I have that's streaming right now?
Yeah, I mean, you could also just look for people playing Great Ace Attorney.
That's
True.
also true.
Keep that train going.
Though I would be
a
Careful.
dangerous
I'm
task.
being
That's
careful.
true, it is dangerous.
Oh, I see.
Second you see someone you don't recognize, book it.
Abort. Abort.
Abort.
Ooh, this person's on the first case.
Oh, beautiful.
Let's see. Let's see, make sure that they're still going. Okay, yeah, they've only been
Raid chain.
they've only been streaming for like 40 minutes, so. Alright.
Perfect.
Oh god, I gotta copy the name. Okay. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, you meant first case of the first game?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you mean first case of this
First
game?
case of the first game.
Oh shit, Kazuma.
Kazuma, my beloved indeed. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Again, thank you, Miss Manda, for the raid. We are going to continue this raid hype over to Bead Bats. It looks like he has just finished up the first case. You all know what that means. You all know what that means. I will be streaming the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles again next Thursday. If you'd like to come back, we'll be here in a week. Thank you guys so much, and let's see. Okay, yes, raid is going to the correct person. Honey, you got a big storm coming. I can't wait. I've heard the end of this game is wild. I just don't have any context. Thank you guys so much, and have a good night. We'll see you next time.
What is this Vampire Survivors game I'm seeing everywhere?